Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Annie, and welcome, Wendy.
Oh, thank you. Hello, ladies. And thank you so much for having me.
Oh, we're really excited to have you here tonight.
Oh, we're going to have some fun.
We are. How are you, Annie?
I'm good. I turned my sound down. I'm just going to turn myself back up again. That's better.
Didn't you like my groovy music on the intro? Right. Well, there you go. I've been told.
The thing with that, though, you don't get a choice. Like, no matter what you do, it just gives you music.
Yeah.
Well, we've got both the Fionas.
Yeah. Hi, Fiona. How are you? Hi, Anita. Bit of a shout out to Anita tonight because Anita actually was the person that got Wendy and I in touch, which is fantastic. And Annie and Wendy and I were able to meet up earlier this week and have a chat and get to know each other, and it's been really good. So thanks, Anita, for that connection. Whilst it's taken you this long to introduce us, I'll let you know, right? But I'll let you off.
Hi, Sophia. Hi, Esther. Hi, Kathy and Marissa.
Hi, Karen. Lovely to have you all join us.
Marissa, you were at Maggie. Weren't you at Maggie at Magnetic Island? I was so jealous. I saw all these beautiful pictures. I love Magnetic Island.
Yeah.
A whole lot of people.
Like they had an absolutely fabulous time together. What a great way to share some great energy with each other too.
It is a beautiful place. It's gorgeous. Yeah. Especially at this time of year because it's not too hot. And the weather was beautiful. I saw all these beautiful. Oh, yeah, Kathy, we've just left there. Fiona didn't go, but yeah, it looked fabulous. It did look fabulous.
Yeah.
I wonder where Mr. Nate is. Nathaniel, where is he? Late.
He might be at rehearsal tonight.
Oh, he might be. Wendy, Nate is Kerrie's nephew, and he's usually on here being troublesome.
Oh. That's why you miss him.
He's a naughty boy, and we like naughty boys.
Yeah, I think we all notice when he's not in chat.
Yeah. He had about 5 birthdays because he had a birthday before he went, and then he had one on the island, and he's probably still doing it. But he's going to be, what is it that he's going to be in, Kerrie?
Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde.
So, guys, if you're in Sydney, go and have a look for that. Legally Blonde, get your tickets. Annie and I are going to be there. We're going to be there on closing night. So we're looking forward to that. Yeah, you're right, Esther. That's exactly what he's probably doing.
Kathy says he was troublesome at Maggie. I'll bet he was.
Look, he's not even here and we're giving him a hard time. That's probably
That's all right. He'll listen to it later and
he's
he'll
got
hear
no
us all
right of
talk.
reply.
Yeah.
Well, okay, guys. I've got the meditation ready to go tonight. Now, if I think a few people are probably going to be watching this back on replay that may not have got back from Magnetic Island yet. So if you are and you don't want to listen to this meditation, you just want to get into Wendy's topic, you could probably jump ahead about 10 minutes and we'll be starting the topic. So, but for everyone else, I really hope you enjoy this meditation tonight. It was actually a bit inspired by something that Sophia said to me about the vibration and frequency of joy and the vibration and frequency of abundance. And because we're also having the beautiful Wendy come and join us tonight, and we're talking about aromatherapy and essential oils, I decided to combine the two for this meditation. So I hope you actually enjoy this one.
Beautiful.
Okay, so let's add it to stream. Sit so that you are comfortable. Feel your feet on the floor and the feel of the chair beneath you. And if you would like to, you may close your eyes. Focus on your breathing. Don't try to force it in any way. Just let it come and go naturally. Now with each in-breath, say in mind, relax. And with each out-breath, feel your body let go. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, let go. Now in your mind's eye, picture yourself, if you will, standing at the beginning of a garden pathway. As you start to walk down the pathway, on each side of you, the path is lined with red rose bushes. Their scent fills the air. As you take in their beauty, you can see them glowing, sending out the frequency of red. See, feel, smell, listen and hear the frequency of red. Allow yourself to absorb this frequency, the frequency of security and balance. Every cell in your body is dancing in this energy, and as you absorb this energy, your base chakra glows in perfect balance. As you move into the next part of the pathway, you notice it is now lined in orange gerbras and orange blossoms, and the scent of orange fills the air. Focus on the beautiful orange of the gerbras. They are glowing and sending out the frequency of orange. You can see, feel, smell, and hear the frequency of orange. Allow yourself to absorb this frequency, the frequency of passion, excitement, giving and receiving abundance.
Every cell in your body is dancing in this energy. And as you absorb this energy, your sacral chakra glows in perfect balance. As you continue down the pathway, you will see that each side of the pathway is now surrounded by a field of yellow sunflowers, and the scent of the yellow fills the air. Focus on the beautiful yellow of the sunflowers. They are glowing, and it is sending out the frequency of yellow. You can see, feel, smell, listen, and you'll hear the frequency of yellow. Allow yourself to absorb this frequency, the frequency of emotion, pure joy, happiness, and excitement. Every cell in your body is dancing in this energy, and as you absorb this energy, your solar plexus chakra glows in perfect balance. The pathway continues, and you see that each side is now lined by beautiful cherry blossom trees, covered in exquisite tiny pink blooms. Beyond the tree line, there are open fields of four-leaf clovers. The scent of pink and green fills the air. Focus on the pink of the blossoms and the vibrant green of the clover behind them. They are both glowing and sending out the frequencies of pink and green. You can see, feel, smell, and hear these frequencies. Allow yourself to absorb these frequencies, the frequencies of love, kindness, and compassion. Every cell in your body is dancing in this energy, and as you absorb this energy, your heart center glows in perfect balance. Continue down the pathway now, and you'll see that each side of the pathway is covered by blue pansies. The scent of blue fills the air. As you walk down the pathway, focus on the velvety petals of the blue pansies. They are glowing and sending out the frequency of blue. You can see, feel, smell, and hear the frequency of blue. Allow yourself to absorb this frequency, the frequency of communication, authenticity, and faith. Every cell in your body is dancing in this energy, and as you absorb this energy, your throat chakra glows in perfect balance. As you continue down the pathway, you will see that each side of the pathway is now lined by hydrangeas. That blossoms are not quite purple and not quite blue. They are the shade of indigo, and the scent of indigo fills the air. As you walk down the pathway, focus on the gentle indigo of the hydrangeas. They are glowing and sending out the frequency of indigo. You can feel and hear the frequency of indigo. Allow yourself to absorb this frequency, the frequency of knowing, insight, and wisdom. Every cell in your body is dancing in this energy, and as you absorb this energy, your third eye chakra glows in perfect balance. Continue along the pathway now, and you will see that each side of the pathway is covered in a ground spread of violets, and along the way there are purple glory trees covered in large, deep violet flowers. The scent of violets fills the air. As you walk down the pathway, focus on the radiance of the violet. They are glowing and sending out the frequency of violet. You can see, feel, smell, and hear the frequency of violet. Allow yourself to absorb this frequency, the frequency of higher self, purpose, spiritual connection and healing. Every cell in your body is dancing in this energy, and as you absorb this energy, your crown chakra glows in perfect balance. As you reach the end of the pathway, you notice that it opens into a beautiful garden. There is a white bench seat, and it is surrounded by beautiful white roses. Sit on this bench seat now and allow yourself to focus on the calm and beauty of the white roses. From the bench seat, you can see all the colors of the pathway that led you through this garden. And as the frequency of their colors move toward you, they blend together, and you find the garden is completely aglow in a pure white light. Allow yourself to see, feel, smell, and listen. You can hear the frequency of white. As you do this, every cell in your body begins to dance and vibrate in this energy. The energy of oneness, the energy of unconditional love and peace, the energy of divine source creation and limitless possibilities. You are glowing inside and out with this pure white light energy. All the energies you have absorbed stay with you now, cleansing and healing you, mind, body, and soul. bring to mind now anyone you know who is in need of this healing energy in any way. As you do this, balls of energy form within this light, and they launch out like shooting stars, sent to the ones you brought to mind. A final large ball of energy is formed. This energy is for the healing of all those across the earth plane that are in need, and for Mother Earth herself. The energy launches off like a shooting star and blankets Mother Earth for her healing. And the healing energy is being offered to all those that stand in need. It is time to return now to this time and place, bringing this energy with you. Become aware of the space you're in. Feel your feet on the floor and the feel of the chair beneath you. Take a deep breath and another. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes.
That was lovely, Kerrie. Thank you.
I'm sorry for all the glitching in the early stages of that. I'm not sure why it just kept pausing like that.
That's all right. You fixed it.
I hope it was okay, though, because it should have been a little bit shorter if it didn't glitch out.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Esther, it was lovely. I'm glowing.
Just thought it was a nice way to introduce the connectedness of the frequencies of scent and colour and sound.
Absolutely.
And all of that old school wisdom that we used to have that somehow got lost along the way. So I just was trying to bring that together. Maybe didn't quite hit it on the mark. I'll try and fix it for you guys. Put it up as a separate one.
It's beautiful.
So thank you, everyone, for sticking with us through that, because we're pretty excited to hand over to Wendy. Wendy is the owner of her own business, Shear Relief, and you can find Shear Relief on Facebook. I did post the contact details in the details under this live stream, so you can find them there, but I'll also post them just in our general comments everywhere after the live stream tonight. So if you want to get in contact with Wendy, you can. Wendy does a whole range of things, but she's particularly knowledgeable about the aromatherapy and the different uses. And so Annie and I are so happy to have you here tonight, Wendy.
And I'm so grateful that I got the opportunity to connect with you both, and and for Anita in making this happen. I'm really excited because I love essential oils. I just love them for a variety of reasons, but it takes me back to my roots and how I was raised, and so I'm really excited to share that with you girls.
Thank you. Well, look, we'll just hand over to you.
Beautiful.
And you're going to share with us a bit about what you think of the 10 essential ones and just give us a top-level view of those.
Yes, I would love to do that. I've been with essential oils for, like I said, my mother raised me with essential oils, but I've been with this company, with doTERRA, now for 9 years, and they are the largest essential oil company in the world. They have the most comprehensive testing of all of their oils. The beauty about these oils is they come from where the plant was meant to be grown. And so the therapeutic benefits of the oils is outstanding. We spoke earlier, we've got lavender fields in Tasmania, and they're beautiful, and the product is beautiful. But the difference between the healing that you'll get from an oil that's from Tasmania as opposed to Bulgaria, where nature intended, that's where it was planted originally, the plant originates from there. That's why they are not on the same footing. So I'm going to go through what I say are the top 10 oils, and this is what we call our family essentials or home essentials kit, because these 10 oils will cover just about everything that you need in the home. What I'd like to do is just show you how I use them, because I use them not just for the physical body, but also for the emotional well-being. And so how beautiful is it that I can be cleaning my home and looking after my emotional and mental well-being at the same time? And that's how good it is. So the first oil is lavender. Let me just pop them over here where I can get my hands on them. Lavender is everything calming. We've known that forever. If there's one thing that we're struggling with in the world right now, and that's stress, and a lot of people don't have a lot of sleep or good quality sleep, lavender has always been known to be the calming oil. And the one thing that I do of a nighttime with this one is pop this straight into my diffuser with another one of the oils, which is Easy Air, and that's about the rest and relaxation that we need. We need that to get into a really deeper sleep. But I also use this in my kitchen. I have a bottle of this in my kitchen. Cuts and burns that we do, daily, looking after our families, a drop of this on there, and it just soothes it straight away and helps with the healing. You can make lavender lemonade. So our oils, there's some here that you will be able to use in cooking. And I'm going to, touch on those and what I use them for. But if you're doing some little cupcakes, a drop of lavender into the frosting on the top is really beautiful. It's one of the ones that I use a lot. All of these, I'm going to tell you, I use these oils, every one of these oils every day, and that's why I think they're so really beneficial. Lemon is in my cup of tea first thing in the morning, but it's the same thing that I put in my sinks with bicarb soda and vinegar to clean my sink, so I don't have the plumber here. So it's cleaning my internals as well as looking after my household internals. It's also something I put in a spray bottle, and I do my benches and especially my chopping boards. I pop that on there. Peppermint is all things invigorating. It's the uplifting oil, but it's also really very good. I pop it on a washer, throw it on the shower floor, turn the hot water on, let that steam up, and that becomes like a bath for my lungs. So it gets in, and all the little hairs that are in your lungs on the way down to your lungs, it just gives you such a really good cleanse. And in coming out of these last few years, but the last few months where it's been hibernation time and things have been traveling around, and as normal, the cold and flu season is always upon us in those months. It's a really good one to have on hand. It's really good too afternoon when you're getting that 3 o'clock lag.
Yeah.
Pop a drop on your hand and sniff it. And that's going to be the thing that, caffeine is it's another addictive thing. At my worst, I was drinking 18 cups of coffee a day. Imagine that. And I was 44 kilos. So it's going to be like an adrenaline thing where it's going to have you running. That's over 20, almost 30 years ago. So I don't do that anymore. I have a drop of peppermint. Tea tree is...
No. Oh no, I'm probably still maybe not 18 cups of coffee a day, but I have a lot. I have a lot, and as soon as you said a couple of drops on your wrist for the peppermint in your afternoon, I thought that's what I need to be doing because I'm terrible. Hit around 3 o'clock, I'm ready for a nana nap.
There are, if you go to there's studies that are done that you can go and actually read what peppermint does do and how good it is for our alertness, it invigorates the brain. It's a really valuable oil, really, really valuable. It's in the diffuser for me with our wild orange. I'll tell you a little bit about that too. Tea tree is our next one. Now, who hasn't heard of tea tree? It's sourced in Australia. I forgot to mention that we have co-impact sourcing. So whilst we do have the ability to get these oils from where they're meant to come from, where they originate, the company goes in there and looks after the areas. So they help with the rehabilitation of land or the clearing, or they'll build schools or hospitals, is what they've done in Somalia and Oman, where they get the frankincense from. So it's a company with a lot of integrity and a very good philanthropic arm. So the tea tree, this would be my daughter's most favourite oil, because it's everything skin for her, and she's had a history of being really unwell, and this was one of the ones that really helped her. But I pop a drop of this on my crown every day, every morning. That's how I start my day. And that's about, cleansing all of our energy, making sure that when we're not carrying what we shouldn't be carrying, because that can be a heavy burden to bear. Next one's eucalyptus.
Yeah. I was just saying, that's really interesting with the tea tree. I've not ever heard of it being used like that before.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, spotted onto blemishes, cuts, bruises, cuts, or it's one that you can pop on. When we're in closed in shoes all the time, we tend to get those yucky nails. Pop a drop on those nails, and that's going to help with cleansing that as well. Yeah. The next one, eucalyptus. Now, again, eucalyptus is native to Australia, and we're really lucky that we do have it. They source it from two places. Australia is one of those places. The thing with this is I make this into a chest rub, or pop it in some fractionated coconut oil and rub it on the soles of my feet in these winter months. But I use it for cleaning. There's nothing nicer than when you're cleaning that you have that really fresh. I think it's because that's what I grew up with. Mum had tea tree, lavender, eucalyptus were her main three, and lemon, and they're the ones that she used consistently. And you just know that it's going to get you through those sort of rough respiratory months.
Wendy, it's really interesting. My husband has lived in Australia all his life, and we live about 5 minutes from the koala sanctuary at Lone Pine.
Oh, wow.
And we were coming home one day, and it had been raining, and I had the car window open, and I said to him, "The smell of Australia." And he said, "What?" And I said, "Breathe. It smells like Australia." And he said, "You're mental." And I said, "No." He knows I'm mental, but I said, "No, it's not your smell." But Kylie Minogue was in London and lived overseas for years. And when she came back, when they were interviewing her on the television, she said, "The first thing that hit me when I got off the plane was the smell of Australia, the eucalyptus." So I'm beating my husband up with a pillow saying, "See, I told you." You can just, we're so blessed here because we can just, I can go down the road and I can open my car windows and I'm surrounded by it. And I think Australians who have lived here all their life maybe don't recognize that.
Take it for granted.
You take it for granted because you've had it all the time, But it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
I love
eucalyptus. It is. It is, and it's something that is. I mean, we know it's native here, but we don't tend to probably. I believe that we go straight to what's real, and not something that's synthetic and been. Man has tried to make what Mother Nature had right all along. And she didn't need fixing at all. She never had it wrong. So, I would prefer to use this in a spray bottle to clean my toilets than what I would to go and buy a commercial product.
I use it to clean my head. If I've got the cold or, I'm all stuffed up, I put a couple of drops into boiling water and then the towel over my head. And it just clears your sinuses. Clears out your passages.
I've been an asthmatic all my life, And my mum used to put this on a hanky. This is how old I am, but we used to have hankies. Used to take a hanky to school. And I used to have a hanky, and she would tie that hanky like a kerchief around my neck, so that I had the benefits of that going to school. So that it kept me out of hospital. So it's just these are the things that are firmly etched within me. That it's really it's hard when you feel so separated from that. So that's why I've been using essential oils now for over like solidly like this for almost 20 years. So it's something that you can take the girl out of the bush, but you can't take the bush out of the girl. And that's I come from outback Queensland, so these are really very much a part of my DNA, I think. The next one I'm going to talk about is frankincense. Now, frankincense is the king of oils. It is the one. It's the longest medicine known to man. It was written in the Vedas 5,000 years ago. It was written in the Bible 3,000 years ago. It has, we know that with the three wise men, they bought frankincense, myrrh, and gold. And there was a very good reason why that was the three gifts. There is nothing that this oil will not fix. And I shouldn't say that, but it is just so powerful. It is anti-aging. It is wonderful for popping on the balls of your big toes, if you're struggling with concentration and that kind of thing. Popping it with some of our athletics blend and putting that down, doing a 2-finger pull down your spine, that's going to relieve pain, nerve pain. It's just brilliant. I dab that around my eyes. I used to wear Coke bottle bottoms from a young age, and I had eye surgery. I had LASIK surgery. So now I'm really conscious. I want to keep that in really good tippy top shape. So I pat this around twice a day in the mornings and at night as part of my skincare routine. But it is something I push onto the roof of my mouth as well of a morning, and a couple of drops under my tongue. So it's got so many great benefits. Our digestion.
Can I just ask a question with that? With talking about using it topically or within food, you're not diluting it, are you? Because you're using not the synthetic based, obviously that's a different story, but talking about the real pure essential oils that you have in your range and the ones that you're using, do you need to dilute those before use? Or when you're talking about just use one drop, is it as the pure oil?
Yeah, I'm always going to tell you that safety is always paramount for us. So there are 3 ways that you can use the oils. You can use them topically, you can use them aromatically, or you can use them as a food additive. Only some of them. So our company will put a note on which ones you can use for what. I'm always going to say use a carrier oil. And that is because it does never diminish the oil itself. It helps it spread further. So you use less of the purest oil that you've got your hands on here, and you make it go further with a good quality carrier oil. And that's, from our fractionated coconut oil to jojoba oil, sweet almond, and the one thing, we have got some hot oils. So I'm going to tell you that if you've got a hot oil and you put it on your skin neat, even if you go to the cupboard and get any sort of oil, get some butter out of the fridge, pop that on over the top, and it's going to lift the molecules off the skin and stop any sensitivity happening. But you really do need to be aware that these are they need to be treated with respect, and they need to be treated with care, because they are meant to do good, never to do harm. It's only in the way that we use them. And they are the purest. The one thing that sets doTERRA apart is the purity and potency of these oils. If you were to go and buy something off a shelf, at a retail shop, you don't know what you're getting Whereas these are thoroughly tested. You can go on to Source to You and have a look at, there's a number on the bottom of every bottle. You can pop that number into that Source to You website, and it will show you the full range of tests that oil has gone through, because that's the batch number. But when you go and buy something off the shelf, there's no regulation of this industry globally. So there only has to be 4% of actual real essential oil in that bottle to be to allow a label of having pure essential oil written on it.
Yeah.
Now that's 96% of whatever else has been added to it that you don't know, because it's not written on there, because it says pure essential oil. You think you're getting 100% of that oil, and you're not. You're getting a mixture. And I will never say, so please, these are doTERRA oils that I'm using. I will never advocate that you will use anything else internal, like in your cooking or, in your cup of tea or anything like that, because I know what has happened with these oils. I educate on them. I know where they come from, what they're to be used for. That's why I'm confident in saying this is how I use them. But please don't do this with any other oils, with any other branded oils, because that's dangerous.
Yeah. Thank you for the clarification, because I just wanted to make sure everyone understood we're talking about the purity of the product that you're actually dealing with, and not the synthetic substances.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, thank you.
Even right down to, we think, oh, look, we won't put it on our skin because it's, we won't do the drink, or we won't do the frosting, or we won't put it in, neat on our skin or anything, because, it might be toxic. But even if you used that oil in a diffuser, you're still affecting the most important organ in your body. And that's because it goes through your nose and it goes through your olfactory system, which is the driver for your pineal and pituitary glands. And they're your master glands. They drive every single part of your body, And when we're talking about applying, this, I've got a lot of people that just can't let go of the perfume. They might have, from Dior or, whatever it is. But if you have a look back to when I was a teenager and I was using perfumes, where were you told to put it? You were told to put it here on your on your neck, or on your décolletage, and on your wrists.
Yeah.
They're the most, why have we got so much thyroid issues going on right now? What are we're poisoning ourselves. What are we doing? Look after, we've got, this is one thing I really, really want to emphasize is what, and I'm going to read it. What you put on you, you put in you. So what you're putting on this here, so when we're putting things on us, we're putting things in us, because this is our largest living organ. It's taking up everything. What's the easiest way to get a healing process happening in a body? Through the soles of the feet. And that's because it's sucking up, it takes it up straight away. Magnesium, Epsom salts, like magnesium, we've got a deficiency across the board. Everyone is deficient in magnesium, and it's not something that we produce ourselves in our body. It needs to be something that we do. So rather than take something that's got 100 milligrams and most of it's chalk, you will be better off to go and put your feet in some really good quality Epsom salts, and you're going to get a charge out of that straight away. So we really do have to be very careful with what we do, and so having, we've just done that beautiful meditation, and we're talking about the, our crown chakra and our third eye chakra and our throat chakra, and all of those are all going to be hampered and disconnected because of the synthetics that we're putting into our air, from toilet fresheners to household cleaners to personal care products to all of that. It's really very detrimental to this, and we only get, we look after a Ferrari better than what we look after the body, and yet this one here is with us right to Box Day. It stays with us right to the end. And so it's really important that we take it seriously and look at it from a different point of view. Just change our perspective a little bit.
How we do it.
And,
Do you know what's really
healthy can be simple. It's just there.
What's really interesting is that when I was growing up, and again, I'm older than dirt, but my auntie used to soak her feet in Epsom salts. We also had tins of mustard, Coleman's mustard powder. She would soak her feet in mustard powder, vinegar, and bicarbonate of soda. That's what I use to clean virtually everything.
Yeah.
You know, all these old wives' things that were really, really cheap because they don't cost a lot of money. Like I buy industrial big, liters of vinegar to do my cleaning, to do my windows. I actually, I don't know how you're going to feel about this, but I put eucalyptus in the filter of my vacuum cleaner so that when I'm vacuuming, I get the smell of eucalyptus through the house.
I just need to give you a good quality one.
I've got doTERRA.
Yeah, where you use, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I do
It's
the
brilliant.
markets, Wendy, and there's a doTERRA representative at all of the markets that I go to.
Yeah.
So when I'm there, I know you're probably going to talk about this one too, but I use orange with my grandchildren for happiness.
The oil of abundance is our orange.
It makes them happy.
Yeah.
They like the smell of it. My doggies run away. They go hyper when I've got that around. But
Can I tell you? No, that's okay. I will deviate and talk about orange. Our wild orange is, after my dad passed, my mum was living with me, and we were having a little, she was quite down, as you would be, because they'd never been apart. And I was corporate life, traveling all the time, and I came home, got my bottle of wild orange, put it in a diffuser, did my floors with it, wiped my benches with it, told my husband to use it all week. And I came home the next weekend, and my mum was so different. The change in her was beautiful. She was re-engaged with life. And it was the reason why I ended up pursuing this company. It was just absolutely beautiful to watch. But yeah, so I just love her whole story. Like we went back to using oils. I took her to where she had taken, and she had brought me, if you know what I mean. Like she started me off with essential oils, and I brought her back to essential oils, which was just gorgeous.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah. The next one is Digestsen. Now, Digestsen is our digestive blend, and it's something, so if you have eaten something that doesn't agree with you, might be a bit spicy, you might have, you're not feeling so well in the car, might be the morning after, dusty, you're feeling a bit dusty after a night out, whatever, you can use a couple of drops of that and rub that on your tummy, and that will help immensely with helping your body do what it needs to do. So it will help in both cases, from when you're stuck or when you're really free, and I'm trying to be really diplomatic. It's going to bring you back into balance. So it just works really beautifully on your whole system. I use that to overcome something that I'm hearing now on the radio in the car, that they're trying to get a group of people to go into a study with, and I use this to do that, the Digestsen. Easy as our next one. It's our respiratory blend. Now, I pop this and lavender in my diffuser every night without fail. And so when we're looking at, I also do yoga. I teach yoga. Easy Air is going to help us open up this heart chakra. It's going to help open up our rib cage. It's going to encourage us to take the breath of life. Like, it's really going to, get us to suck in the big ones. And then the lavender is going to help us really start to calm and allow all the stresses of the day to leave our bodies. So that's that's for my nighttime. But in those, whenever you're finding that there's something going on that you need, we're coming up to the pollen season, this is a really good one to have on hand for the pollen season. The next one is On Guard. On Guard is our protective blend, and it is use it for everything. It's one that you can pop on the soles of the feet, and you'll notice that you don't sort of tend to pick up anything anymore. You can pop it in your diffuser. It's going to clean your environment. You can use it as an energy protective as well. So for me, when I'm leaving the house, I pop this onto my hands, rub my hands together. I don't rub it on my body. I rub it outside of my body, so I'm protecting myself for when I go out, energetically protecting myself. I will use On Guard and Easy Air together in a little bit of shea butter, and I'll rub that onto my chest and my lower back, and that helps me with being careful with being an asthmatic of going outside the house. So that just keeps me on track. And the last one is Balance. Balance I use on the soles of my feet every morning and every night. I have a roller bottle made up of this, and I roll that up and down the back of my neck throughout the day. It is our grounding blend. It also has some really good effects for us once it's gone through our feet, and what it does is it travels through our body. We really do want to make sure that we stay calm, and this is the oil to help us stay calm. The stresses of the world are so debilitating right now, and we need to be able to have something that keeps us a little bit at peace inside, and this is one of those blends. So that's the top 10 for me. I use each one of those every single day. There's a reason why those 10 were put together by Dr. Hill. And, if you want to know more, I have classes here at my home. I've got a beautiful yoga room that my husband's built me. And so I have classes in there every Wednesday night from now. They were Tuesday nights. I've moved them to Wednesday nights from 7. The details of that are on my Facebook page. You just need to book in. And anyone who I have another class on the 16th of September, which is Create Your Own Signature Blend. That's where I'm going to walk you through being able to make a blend that's just for you, that's going to help with your intentions and your purpose and speak your language. It's going to help you be the best you that you can be. So they're the classes. Now, anyone who wants to get started with essential oils, there's everyone, doesn't matter where you are, you always get a welcome pack, and that includes the wild orange, which isn't included in this range. Pardon me. Now, on top of that, anyone who's part of your audience, if they're wanting to get started, and all they need to use is in the DM, let me know that you're wanting to have a little chat about how our essential oils can help you. Anyone who gets started on the path, you're going to be gifted an experience, an aroma touch technique experience, valued at $85. Everyone's going to, anyone who is in the Greater Brisbane area or Gold Coast are going to be gifted one of those. And yeah, I'm so thankful that you girls are just doing what you're doing. It's just beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Before you wind up, Wendy, hold on a minute, Berry.
Yeah.
Could you just touch a little bit on your Healing Hands Foundation that the company's attached to?
Oh, I'd love to. Everyone's seen all the talk about Sound of Freedom. Yeah. So in 2016, Tim Ballard, who the movie is about, it's actually about the kids. It is a movie about the kids. Let's not forget that. But it's his story of what happened with those children. Now, Tim was at our global convention, and Dave Sterling, our managing director at the time, handed over a check for $500,000 and 20,000 bottles of our Hope Oil. Now, our Hope Oil, those bottles were really special, and I've got one of them here. They had a label that you could lift up the label, and in there it had the details of how to ask for help, a phone number to get in contact with, the whole bit. Now, our Healing Hands Foundation, since then, we still have even though we're not with OUR anymore, we have moved on because we saw that there was a greater need for, after the rescues, what happened. So we have houses now that we are fully funded by our Healing Hands Foundation that go in there and provide the aftercare and helping people get, you know, those people that have been rescued get on back into life again. Not only that, but it helps here in Australia. We have a great project over in the West, which is for our Aboriginal folk. We've got another one that we've been looking after here in the, you know, each convention, which is to do with we've got Escabags, which is a major one that is for domestic violence victims, and so the Healing Hands money that through the sale of the Hope Oil here in Australia and the rose hand lotion goes to help fund those causes. We have there's from the Healing Hands Foundation builds schools and medical facilities over, you know, where we get frankincense from in Somalia. That's, you know, it's just outstanding. Wherever we source our oils, they go in and do what they can. You know, where we source vetiver is in Haiti. We put in running water, things like that, you know, and where they thought, you know, the tap was turned on and they thought that they were going to, you know, when the tap was turned off, that was it. There was no more. They didn't realise that it was there for them for good. Yeah, it's just it's a beautiful thing. Really is a beautiful thing. I see a question from Karen. The ones not to use around indoor pets. I can give you a list of those, and there is quite a few. But there's a lot of fallacy around that as well. So I work heavily with Dr. Janet Rook. She's a vet that heads our pet advisory department, or, you know, arm in doTERRA Global in the US. So I have my dog lives inside. My old dog I treated totally with oils. This boy here is totally with oils. I put balance on him when we're going to class. It just helps calm him down. It helps him take in what he's supposed to learn. But
what we need for our border collies, Annie. Balance.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It just and I had a girl here, and he was quite flighty. You know, he was so excited, and I just put a couple of drops, rubbed my hands together, and just rubbed it over his coat. And straight away, it was before her eyes. And she said, I can't believe that's the same dog. It was only like 4 minutes that she'd been here. But I wouldn't be scared. I think knowledge is power. And if you want to reach out to me, send me a message. I can help you out with what oils not to use and what to do with oils. So, yes, we need to have cross-ventilation in some of those cases. We need to allow the animals to have an opt-out. So if you're going to lock a room up and you're going to put a diffuser on, the cat can't get out. Of course, you know, we need to make sure that they will take themselves away. But yeah, I'm definitely willing to help. All you need to do is just send me a message and I can give you that list of oils.
And Karen, in the information or the about section for our live stream tonight, Wendy's contact details are there, both her Facebook page and also her website. But I'm also going to go in after our live stream tonight, and I'll jump into each of the comments on our Facebook pages and on our YouTube channels and add in the details so that you can grab them directly from there as a link as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome,
Thank you.
Wendy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Does anyone else have a question for Wendy while we have her?
I love talking essential oils. I love it.
Wendy, where are you based?
I'm based in Cornubia, so south, halfway between Brisbane and the Gold Coast.
The most
And
beautiful suburb in all of Queensland.
oh my word, it is. It is divine. But it's
Parochialism.
but I am mobile and I am on Zoom. So if you see the classes that I have on my Facebook page, they're going to be on Zoom as well. So it's not like it's just for those people to come physically. I open them up so the Zoom's working at the same time, and you get the opportunity to not be sitting there and not being able to raise your hand or anything. You actually get to physically take part. So they're very much open to everybody, irrespective of where you are. And if there's someone who wants to have a chat, have a one-on-one with me, and you want to know a little bit more, I'm happy to come to you and do a one-on-one consult with you to help you out. Just look, I use them for everything. They're our healthcare, our personal care, our cleaning, our pet care, our garden care. We look after all of our plants with essential oils.
Yeah.
So we're not creating any more toxins outside. We just use them for everything. It's my first protocol for everything. So if there's anyone who does want that, you just have to let me know. Send me a message, and I'm happy to come to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Wendy, and thank you for your time with us tonight and agreeing to come along.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's been beautiful.
We really appreciate it. Now, readings. Guess what? Guess what, peeps? We are going to change the format for our readings. Now, what we're going to do is quarterly, we will do only readings. So there'll be probably 4 of us, me, Kerrie, Nate, and AJ, if she's around. And the whole live will be readings. Apart from that, what we're going to do is we're going to do 3-card draws. What we've discovered is you're all getting the same readings because you're all in the same space.
Yeah.
And it's the
synchronicity. And we're very aware that our live streams that used to be an hour have been going for over 2 hours.
Yeah. So we're going to
we don't like missing
back a bit. So we just keep going.
So if you're okay.
So Kerrie and I will both do 3-card draws and collective readings. That's right, Gailey. You can have 1, you can have 2, you can have 3, or you can have all 6 of them. Whatever resonates for you. So let me just pull. Oh, before we do this, I've got to show you my nails. Look.
Oh, can you see though? She has angel wings. Pretty special.
Wow.
I love them.
Aren't they?
They're just glorious. Sorry, I'm like a 3-year-old. Let me pick my cards. Kerrie, do you want me to go first?
Yep, you go first.
Okay, dokie. Now, given what we've just been talking about, my first card is peace. Wendy sort of touched on the way of the world at the moment. And there's all sorts of stuff happening all over the place at the moment too. And my thing is I'm not buying into the bullshit anymore. I've got this peace thing happening. I was talking to my son the other night, who's actually in media, and I said to him, I don't believe a word of what they say, and they don't give you news. It's just all crap. And I'm butting out of all of that. And this is about finding peace and finding calm and balance and peace in your life. So I hope that card resonates with a whole lot of you. Oh, this is gorgeous. The next one is happiness. Now that's another one. This is a choice. You can choose to be miserable, or you can choose to find that inner peace and be happy. You know, it's like you wake up in the morning and you think, oh, I've got to go to work. And if that's how you start, that's how your day will go. Whereas if you wake up in the morning and think the sun's shining, it's a beautiful day. I've got my coffee. Sorry, Wendy. I've got my coffee. Can't live without coffee. Sorry, Wendy. You know, and think about all the things that you have, you know, because there's so many people that don't have what you guys have, what I have. And it might not be much, but it's more than most people. And if you think about that Healing Hands Foundation, let's flick back to that. These are people who are in peril and who are running and who are scared and who have got all sorts of shit happening in their life. And if you think about it in these terms, basically we're blessed. My third card. Ha, good luck. So there you go. I mean, we've got peace, happiness, and luck all happening. So I'm going to do my September reading tomorrow. So hopefully this will reflect what's coming up for September. But if it's peace, happiness, and luck, I'm really happy with what next month's looking like.
You know what that tells me for the collective? Is everyone being really good and doing their 3, 6, 9 plus our super twist booster manifestation method that we did last fortnight? You got luck coming in. Peace. That's awesome.
Yeah, and to flick back to that, Myrtle is, Wendy is.
Good for you, Myrtle. Good for you, Wendy.
To flick back again, I'm also hoping that some of you have gone through some of the workbook that for the fortnight before. What did you call that, Kerrie?
What was that? Walk Your Walk.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that some of you have actually managed to do that one, because that's hard. That's hard work. Yeah. Okay, Miss Kerrie, what are yours?
Okay, so I've just asked the angels to come through with 3 messages for the collective tonight. And the first one that they've brought through, the first card that they've brought through, I can show you there, is Sacred Knowledge. So the guides that watch over us are asking us to close our eyes and focus on our breath and feel the peace within. So once again, they're bringing through this peace message. Now, you can't, I shouldn't be shocked, should I? You know, that it's just all synchronicity with these messages. And beyond your thoughts lies your eternal truth, the I am presence of eternal love. So again, this is really embracing who you are, your authenticity, the love that you offer other people, and staying in that unconditional joy and abundance and limitless possibility that we talk about all the time. And the second one that came through is diversity. So there's lots of new opportunity that's coming in for everyone right now. And the angels are saying that the world would be a boring place if we were all the same. So they want you to celebrate your uniqueness. And again, this is bringing in that topic of authenticity, staying true to yourself and taking back your power. So celebrate your uniqueness. You are special and much loved. And the final message from the angels is talking about the heart song. And we just did that one a little bit tonight, you know, allowing us to sit in our heart center. So what is your heart saying? Stop and listen. Your truth lies within the empty spaces between your thoughts. Your truth shines through from within your soul. Your truth is that which is eternal and unchanging. And your truth is love. So again, this is about that love, that self-care, and that inner peace and harmony. So what a great reading for the collective tonight.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It's interesting, no matter how we do this, they always reflect. The cards, it's amazing. They just, I love my cards. They just tell the little stories. They're so wonderful. So my lovelies, actually, Wendy, my friend Wendy is on here as well. And she says, my name has been mentioned so often tonight that it made me pay attention. It's like in school, Wendy. We might have to have you back again, Wendy.
We will.
Keep
And
having
Wendy, and Wendy, just before you go, a little message from the angels for you tonight, and a thank you from Annie and I as well. And your card tonight is miracle. And the angels are saying to you that our wings of light surround you and those you love. You are governed by a higher power, and the forces of love are at work, and all turns out well. So, blessings to you.
Thank you so much. It's beautiful. And
So
thank
there
you
we go.
so much for having me. I really do appreciate the space.
Our pleasure.
Pleasure.
So
Okay.
we're done, my darlings.
We are until next fortnight. And, you know, as usual, give Kerrie a second. She's got to get the outro video and she's never organised.
Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Week ahead. And just a quick reminder, if you want to book a tarot reading or aura photo with Annie, you can contact her either via her email, which most of you have, or via a message on her Facebook page. And also Sydney Siders, we're starting to get booked for our private appointments for Sydney for the last weekend in October. So if you're keen to book in for those, or you've been thinking, oh yeah, I've got time to book in, please reach out to me. I can send you our free booking times so that you can book in. We don't want anyone that really wants to come to miss out. And have a think about the workshops. We've got places available in the 2 workshops we're running as well. So I'll re-put the information up for everyone on that, on our chat group.
And don't forget Kerrie's sound healing.
Thanks, Annie. I forget about that.
Oh, yeah, let's just remember that you actually do sound healing, just quietly.
Yeah, come and do the sound bed healing. It's amazing experience. And on that, thank you, Sophia, and look, so many people, Gail, Colleen. I've had lots of people, AJ, putting in their reviews on my Facebook page for the Energy Spa sound bed healing, and they're all great. So thank you so much for doing that. That's really lovely to get those reviews and the feedback from you guys. I really appreciate it. Okay.
Okay, Miss Kerrie, go girl.
Have a good week, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Wendy. Bye.
Thank you.